The View is not new at giving the Walt Disney Company major heartburn, but it may be more than they can stomach anymore. Why? Well, it turns out that when they send their young stars to go do promos for their big movies coming out, The View is a very dangerous place to be. Enter one Ali'i Cravalho, the voice of Moana, who was trying to promote Moana 2. But it's no longer safe to do so on The View. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Pro Channel, where we have the information you so need to understand what's going on in Hollyweird. We understand them better than they understand themselves. As someone amazing once said, well, more than once. Folks, we're going to be talking today about The View, the crazy, zany ladies over there who are making it difficult for Disney to even promote their wares because they're so wary of what the women might say. And they can take a good day and turn it upside down for Disney, especially when they have impressionable young celebrities on there to talk about stuff that Disney likely wants to keep very safe and far away. Enough is enough. Don't make it more controversial. We're talking about Moana, Moana 2. We've got the stuff. We're bringing it to you. Click the like button, and here we go. Disney is going to have to reconsider where they send their young stars. Let me just show you this. This is out of the Washington Examiner. And folks, yep, we're here again. We're going to have to do the dance. Notice that I'm going to avoid saying certain words for obvious reasons. This is by Heather Hunter. It says Disney's Moana 2 star shares how she fights da-da-da, da-da-da, and da-da-da. You getting the hang of this, folks?
Phenomena.
If you're listening to this and not watching, let me just say that Disney's Moana 2 star, that's Ali'i Cravalho, the sweet little girl who played Moana in the original, she has come out and she is part of the alphabet crowd, and we take no position, good, bad, or ugly about that. But she is fighting against bad stuff, worse stuff, and stinky stuff. And the words that she's fighting against, we can't really say for reasons of YouTube. All right, here's the article. Ali'i Cravalho, the voice of Disney's popular animated Moana movie, talked to The View about her career, which includes starring in Moana 2, and how, as an alphabet actress, she battles bad stuff, worse stuff, and stinky stuff. I'm inserting those words again. Ahead of the November 27th release of the wildly anticipated sequel to the Disney hit Moana, the leading star of the movie shared how she is finding meaning in making her Broadway debut in Cabaret. I didn't see a lot of shows in Hawaii. My first show was Cats, the Disney star said on Monday, adding that it was always a dream of mine to play pretend for a living, and Cabaret is such an incredible show. The Moana star then responded, and this is where Disney had to be sweating bullets. The Moana star then responded to discussion that The View co-hosts had shared in a previous segment regarding the results of the 2024 election and why people voted for President-elect Donald Trump over Vice President Kamala Harris. Panel, audience, I just got this feeling deep inside of me that Disney was getting a little worried when Moana, she's literally the girl, she's literally Moana, when she came out and said, I'd like to weigh in on the presidential election with The View, ladies. You know, Disney's like, no! She says, here's what she said about it. I know that as a country, it's very difficult for people to believe that bad stuff and stinky stuff are alive and well. Co-host Sunny Hostin said earlier in the show, before Moana, Ali'i Cravalho's interview, I think that we don't want to think that about ourselves, our neighbors, our friends, but it's my lived experience that tells me that it does still exist. At least they took a break this day from attacking innocent cupcake makers out there. Another story, folks. If you think the vast majority of this country voted because of bad stuff and stinky stuff, you're missing it, co-host Alyssa Farah Griffin argued with Hostin. And then entered Moana. In another segment, after the commercial break, Ali'i Cravalho, the voice of the star Moana, right? She's doing this for the little girls. Her job is to go on The View and convince mommies to take their daughters to go see Moana without any damage whatsoever. That is mission critical for Disney. There are millions of dollars on the line. And I am sure that somebody has said, don't be Zegler. Please don't be Zegler. So Ali'i Cravalho goes out on The View and said, I heard your segment before this. and I feel like it is a really important thing to think about, is that Cabaret, this is the Broadway thing she's in, touches on bad stuff, worse stuff, and stinky stuff. I think what's really important is that theater rips us open and reveals a mirror. I'm grateful to be in a show that does that. And then she goes on to have a good interview. But I'm just telling you, Disney is going to have to reconsider, I think, the idea of sending young stars out there to do The View. I just think it's too dangerous at this point. And if I were Disney, I would not do it.
She is making her Broadway debut in Cabaret and kicking butt. She's returning for the wildly anticipated sequel that's already breaking Disney records, Moana 2. Take a look.
Nope, we won't do that. We'll skip ahead. We're smarter than that, YouTube. Here we go. And there's music. Will won't play that either. Nope, won't play that. No, we won't play that. Guess what, folks? You seen a pattern here?
Yeah, we won't play it.
Everyone is so excited for the sequel. The trailer got 178 million views in its first 24 hours.
That's all of you.
And community and connection are major themes in this film. Why do you think that's so important right now?
Oh, well, I think it's really important.
I'd also like to draw some attention real quick. Ali'i Cravalho is wearing a businesswoman's jacket with a collared shirt underneath, and the rest of the collared shirt, other than where the buttons go, is sheer. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
And I love that Moana has been such a pivotal character, not only for myself. You know, I was cast when I was 14. I turned 24 in less than a week. So that's truly a whole generation of people who are impacted by this character, who is someone who doesn't need a love interest to complete her story. Yeah. She is the hero of her own story.
And we'll pause there. It's all about the same modern message stuff. And this is why I think Disney should reconsider sending their young stars out onto The View, because I don't think that it is wise for the company to play this dangerously with properties that need to be handled safely to generate $1 billion+ dollars. But what do I know? What do I know? Panel, what do you think?
I think she was coached pretty well before she went on The View. It's hard because Disney owns The View. Good Morning America, The View, these shows that ABC own, or that are run by ABC, that Disney owns, they kind of have to. I mean, it's a lot less expensive for them, I'm assuming, to have their stars go on these shows and promote. I don't really understand that. The View seems to me to be particularly contentious, even though I've heard them say, like Whoopi has said over and over again, that she's not. But again, it's one of those things where it's really weird, because she clearly is. I just feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy there when it comes to The View. Good Morning America, not so much, because it's supposed to generally just be a news show, but The View has a very particular slant. It was a much better show, if I do say so myself, when Barbara Walters was still on it. It seemed like that she tried to temper it a little bit. It's just really weird, because it's just fallen off a cliff since she's not been on it. I don't watch the show anymore, other than to see clips.
Ron, who can forget when young Miss Cravalho first came on The View with Barbara Walters, and she said, "I'd like to introduce everybody to Ali'i Cravalho." It was a great time. That's right. You think Rachel Zegler's true calling might be to go be a host on The View? Maybe we found where she belongs. Maybe
it's perfect
there.
I think that's perhaps a great idea.
She'd fit right in. Yeah. I mean,
because I was just thinking, does Disney dare put Rachel Zegler on The View to promote Snow White? If they're going to do this with Ali'i Cravalho, would they dare do Rachel Zegler on The View? And then I thought, actually, they should, and they should just leave a chair there and say, "You're staying. Like, this is your home. You are perfectly made for this show."
It's not like you got anything else to do.
Weird.
Jonas, am I making too much of this? I mean,
Yeah,
what do you
well,
think?
Between all this, actually, we're about to lose Mike here, so I kind of want to bounce this up to Mike. When I look at The View right now, I see a show that is essentially the same as MSNBC, which is not how they want to be perceived. They don't want MSNBC to be perceived that way. It's not a Disney property, but they want The View to be where everyone goes to talk about whatever is going on in culture. That is the entire purpose of the show. And instead, it's just another news media, very partisan political punditry kind of thing here. But I would love to hear what Mike has to say before we lose him.
Well, I've never seen Moana as a movie. I have no idea who this chick is, but I know her commentary is insufferable. And I think The View sucks. I wish this show would go off the air because there are literally legions of progressive white, mostly white liberal women across America that eat up this crap. And I think it's a scourge on society. So that's what I think. I hope the show loses ratings and I hope it fades into obscurity like the opinions they profess on a daily basis.
All right. I'm getting my notebook out. I am writing down Mike as one of those who agrees do not put Disney princesses or their voice actors on The View. Okay, got it. Mike, fair?
Yeah.
Okay, I put you down for that. I wasn't sure. You were hedging. You were hedging, and folks know out there when you're hedging.
The whole concept of a Disney princess that has her own story is just in itself flawed. You're a princess. Whatever culture, whatever you come on from the planet, you're a princess. That means mommy and daddy had an elevated status. You were born into this elevated status as a princess, and you're going to live your life without a prince. Yeah, right. Your very existence exists because of privilege and help.
Mike,
it is the most ridiculous, perverted storytelling that exists on planet Earth. But then again, what are we talking about people at Disney? A bunch of perverts, because that's who's writing the stories these days.
So, Mike, you're suggesting that Cinderella and her story, where she overcomes an evil stepmother who, oppresses her, and the stepsisters are cruel to her, that's a better story than, oh, hey, I'm a princess, and now I'm going to go out here and do my adorkable Xena. Like, that's not as good as Cinderella.
I'm just saying that any woman that thinks she can live her life without a man and experience a truly fulfilling life, and any man that thinks he can have a fulfilling life without a woman in it, I think both perspectives are completely delusional and flawed.
I agree 1,000% with you, Mike. I agree 1,000%.
Yeah, I got to go. I got a Zoom call 1 minute. Love you both.
Speaking of hedging, he's off to do some hedging. Pulling Hollywood to the sensible center, the mainstream middle where money is made is not easy, but folks, you make it easy to make videos each and every day because sharing time with you is a great honor, and we never take it lightly. An attitude of gratitude every single time we have the chance to shine with you. Until the next time, we only ask that you click that like button, share, subscribe, click it, stick it to the algorithms. It is the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. Let us know your thoughts. And folks, don't worry about paying any kind of tuition for this free class and how entertainment works. You are on scholarship. Highest IQ on the internet, that's you for sure. Until the next time we have the opportunity to spend time together, folks, we just ask that you keep learning, keep growing, and as ever, keep having fun.